My name is Nicola Solomon. I'm the Executive Director of Heart of Glass Animal Rescue. The name was interesting. We went through a few different names, and Blondie was an animal advocate, and she was a punk rock girl, and Heart of Glass is one of her most popular songs. Plus, on top of that, a heart of glass is a fragile heart. And we all have fragile hearts, and these animals that come to us have fragile hearts, so it just sort of made sense. Our tagline, Misfits Saving Misfits, covers all genres of that. You know, I consider myself a misfit. I consider our board a misfits, you know, in all the right ways. And that includes senior animals, basically the marginalized animals, the senior animals, the behaviorally challenged, you know, the medically challenged. That is all included in that. And every single one of these animals is fantastic in their own right. And they just make me happy every single day I come in here. My father was my best friend, and we were going to open a rescue together. We talked about it for years. Sadly, in 2020, we lost him to COVID. The reason I have the rescue is because my father left us the means to do that, because it would have been financially impossible without his help. So we have a painting of him inside, but really this rescue is really because of him. I understand that people are scared to make a commitment to a senior animal because they are worried about not having a lot of time with them. But a lot of times when a senior animal is surrendered, you're giving them a second chance at life, and the time that you have with them is so special. Some of the best moments I've had have been with some of the oldest dogs that I've adopted. I may have had them for short periods of time, but they were the best months of my life. But I've also had seniors that have lived years. So it's not always the case that you're only going to have them for like a month. I don't think the fear of medical expenses when adopting a senior should stop someone from adopting a senior. Animals can have medical issues at all ages. At our rescue, our seniors that we have don't have any medical issues at the moment except for arthritis, joint medication, very simple things, but it shouldn't be the main reason why you're afraid to adopt one. Senior shelter animals do have a harder time getting adopted. A lot of people have concerns about their health and how long they're going to have them, and unfortunately they get overlooked quite often. There's some great benefits to adopting a senior animal. First of all, most of them come housebroken, if that's a concern that you have. Most of them have already had some training or some kind of background. They're usually much calmer animals. They're calmer, but then they still have, a lot of them still have lots of energy and want to play. Ruffers, who is now Ruffle Muffin, was surrendered to a rescue in Virginia, and by his owner. We don't know the reason. He's 15 years old, and like I said before, he's one of the most active dogs we have. He's one of our sanctuary dogs, and we absolutely love him to death. He's kind of, like I said, a cartoon character. He has so much personality. You can't miss Ruffle Muffin. Marley was one of our first. We have a partnership with the Humane Society of St. Thomas and the Humane Society of the United States. We bring in a lot of dogs from there. Marley was the first one that came from there. He's a 12-year-old senior. His owner passed away, and there was a great support behind finding him a safe place to go. He came with a heartworm disease, but it's been treated, and he's healthy and he's active, and this little man follows me everywhere. He would actually do well in almost any environment. He's good with dogs, cats, people. He just wants to be with his person. Xena and Tyson actually came to us before we were open. They came in February. They were abandoned in a house in an area of Pittsburgh. The owner passed away, and the family decided not to help. They left food and water and moved down south. And a Good Samaritan knew the dogs were there and reached out to us, and we took them in, and they are fantastic. They are a bonded pair, because those two are literally, you cannot separate them. They have to be together. Tyson gets acupuncture every week for his hips, because when he came to us, he couldn't walk. Now he walks everywhere. But Xena always has to go with him because we don't want to separate them. But they are housebroken, they are sweet, they are good with dogs and cats. They're two of the easiest dogs that we have. I highly recommend adopting a senior animal because you're literally changing those last moments. And a lot of these animals, I'm telling you, if you have a busy schedule, you work a lot of hours, it's going to be much easier for you to have an older animal than it's going to be to have a puppy or something that needs more maintenance. Every single one is different and unique, and to watch them grow and come out of their shells, see them flourish and just be happy and love their life, I mean, that's just the most rewarding thing of all.